JCPenney cyber deals are just a click away. Save through Tuesday at jcp.com. Finish your holiday list early and score thousands of online deals before they're gone. Cozy up to 60% off heated blankets and throws. Keep the fam extra warm in outerwear starting at just $14.99. And spoil someone special with our Yes Please Diamonds and Gemstones only $19.99. All the deals, all online. JCPenney, make your holidays count. Offers valid on select styles through 11/28 online only. Exclusions apply. Cyber deals excluded from coupons. See jcp.com for details.
Well, it's finally happened. Labor Day is here. Well, at least for my case, about maybe half to an hour or an hour and a half, yeah, still here. Yeah, it came in a little late today. You know, after all, today is Labor Day, yes, but I still have to be there at work to actually labor, so I got to enjoy that little feel of it. I mean, it's not like I stayed home and got to relax or anything. That actually happened a little later, but see, the thing about it is, I was supposed to do an episode yesterday, but I figured the day of the day is the best time to do one, and you know what kind of show this is, so let's get to it. Welcome to the J-Man Show here on
J360 Radio.
JCPenney cyber deals are just a click away. Save through Tuesday at jcp.com. Finish your holiday list early and score thousands of online deals before they're gone. Cozy up to 60% off heated blankets and throws. Keep the fam extra warm in outerwear starting at just $14.99. And spoil someone special with our Yes Please Diamonds and Gemstones only $19.99. All the deals, all online. JCPenney, make your holidays count. Offers valid on select styles through 11/28 online only. Exclusions apply. Cyber deals excluded from coupons. See jcp.com for details.
Hey, what's going on, J360 Legion? Welcome back to the J-Man Show for episode 68. This is your host, Jay, of course, and I want to tell you all, unless you're working right now, but then again, you need it the most if you are working right now, happy Labor Day. Happy end of the summer weekend. Happy, National Get Rid of Freeloaders and Tourist Day. Things like that. Oh, man, this holiday this is one of them holidays, right, that has long since lost its meaning. I mean, this is supposed to be dedicated to the working class people, you know what I'm saying? To all of us out here to actually get out here and do our day job. You know what I mean? Like, working a 9-to-5 is not a bad thing. A lot of people take it for granted. A lot of people dislike it because of the people there. And then a lot of people dislike it because there's a lot of BS that goes with doing a menial task. And then sometimes you feel as though you're doing like 3 jobs and you're one person. I know, I get that. I hold down a day job myself, And as I should. I mean, like, J360 Productions is doing great, don't get me wrong. But I don't mind getting a little extra ins for myself, just to keep the lights on. And, there's nothing wrong with working a day job. Unless you're Fox News and you're trying to go after people who are, while still a working actor, you'll go ahead and expose them for working their day job, because apparently the idea of somebody working, and if you're a minority working, oh, that's scary to them. You know what I'm saying? I'd hate to bring up the idea of racism because, racism is a problem in America that will never die. No matter how advanced we get, there's still people out there that think that their species dominates over everybody. Or no, not species, because we're all the same species. We're all human. But because pigmentation of the skin, yeah, sure, they'll figure as though that this is their time to dominate over such a subject. And, why is it always got to be about color anyway? You know what I'm saying? Like, really. Of course, people have a problem when some people say they don't see color. Yeah, they don't see color unless it pertains to them. I get that. I know what that's all about. But seriously, Fox News is going to go after Jeffrey Owens for doing a 9-to-5 job. The guy works at Trader Joe's. So what? So what? I mean, I worked at a soda company. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a laborious task. It's nothing glamorous, but that's just doing what you need to do to keep some sort of survival in your life. I mean, like, think about it. Acting jobs or whatever, they pay decently, but the thing about it is an actor is usually 95% of the time, 90 to 95% of the time, I should say, unemployed. They're always out there going to auditions, hoping that that phone rings for them so they can get that big break, get that right shot into stardom. And then at that point, it's all about what you collect out of the royalties and the box office and everything else. You can't just depend on that alone. I mean, sometimes it's okay to go and look into something else that's going to help you. It's okay to run a few restaurants and stuff like that. I mean, don't the Wahlbergs run restaurants? You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Plenty of those athletes that we idolize, they end up running franchises and finding ways to make, alternative means of cash. So I don't understand exactly why this is such a big deal for people nowadays. Working is not the problem. It's lazy, entitled people that are the problem. Now, I brought this up in 67 that, a lot of people, they sit in them cushy offices, they get the title of manager, and they just lose their mind. They don't know what they're doing anymore. It's an idea of the Peter principle. Yeah, you're good at this task that you're good at, but then they kick you upstairs to something you're not prepared for, and it shows. A rank amateur won't admit they're an amateur. They'll show through their actions. But when you take a look at something like Fox News, who has long since had a problem with the idea of people being self-sufficient, though they'll tell you that they're about that life. They're about the conservative life. Isn't the conservative life about being self-sufficient? This man here is working. I mean, so you're going to catch him looking like hell as he works? There's a lot of people that look like hell when they're working, especially if they're working at the front end. Now, needless to say, I'm sure those of you out here listening to this show right now, I'm sure a lot of you probably work at the front end dealing with crazy customers or those that are out there that just want to try to get something for nothing. Just waste your time. You know what I'm saying? The ones out there that are so entitled say, I shop in here all the time. I called here earlier. I heard that you have it. Even though the item that they're looking for, you probably don't sell or know nothing about. And even if they talk to somebody, they didn't talk to you. But you're the one there, right? Because you're just trying to do your job. And they're going to sit here and throw the weight of the world and their problems because they can't handle it on you. And you still got to do like 3 different tasks just to get through the day. And that's 3 at a minimum. So there you go. Of course, a lot of them people will look like hell after a while because I don't know about you, but when you're working a 9-to-5 job from time to time, back to back, or if you got a rotating schedule or you're doing, quote, flex time, you're going to look haggard. You're going to look tired because that's just the way it goes. Oh, yeah, you got to be fresh from the fight, right? See, that only works for managers or that only works for people who don't do any work. The ones that are entitled, like the boss's son and all that kind of stuff, or the boss's daughter. But then again, the boss's daughter, they usually do their work and stuff like that. Some of them. There's a lot of entitled people, and I don't discriminate on this show, because everybody's an equal opportunity a-hole that's going to get that equal opportunity ass whooping. And the truth is, it's so sad. It's like, come on, man. How petty do you have to be? I mean, obviously the man can't make that much money from the Cosby Show anymore due to the allegations that have befallen Cosby, or I should say the sentencing that befell Cosby. So, yeah, you know what I mean? You can't necessarily make money off them royalties anymore. So, yeah, just about every single one of them actors have to find a new way of income just to keep afloat. Got nothing but respect to Jeffrey Owens. The character he played as on the show got real annoying to me. Don't get me wrong, he did. But I just know that he was working, you know what I'm saying? He's putting the time in for his passion. He's fueling his craft. The man has been married for quite a long time. You don't hear about his divorce. Matter of fact, you don't hear a lot of stuff about the people from the Cosby Show and their problems and things unless you're Lisa Bonet. And that's just saying that because she had a big riff with Cosby for years. But as it is, it's like, so you spotted the man at his job. And you're going to make a big deal about it? Oh, see, I love it when Fox News does something so stupid and it blows up in their face. I love it when they do that. I can say the same for any of these news networks, but I especially love when Fox News does it. Because, for one thing, it's like, what is the end goal for these people? I say the same thing about TMZ, too. What is the end goal for these people? What, you catch somebody at the lowest of their low? You don't think that people who hit rock bottom can climb back up? At that point, there's only one direction to go. You gotta go up. Especially if you care about your damn self. Yeah, you gotta go up. And it's just ridiculous nowadays that people will try to mock somebody for doing so. it's like, okay, so you know about me regarding J360 Productions, J360 Radio. Oh, which, by the way, J360 TV is happening next year. So you know about all that. And you know the money that I make from that. Yeah, you got that right. But if I'm over there working at Lowe's for a 9 to 5, what the hell do you have against it? I'm learning new skills. I'm learning trade. I'm learning to do some home improvement. I might just go over to your house and do home improvement sometime just because I can. You don't know why I'm there. And not only that, as I'm there, I'm laboring, which means I'm doing my part, so you can't say nothing to me. And a lot of you spoiled, ignorant, uptight people out there, you know what I'm talking about. Because some of y'all are like, we should have money just growing everywhere. We should have money just growing everywhere. It is growing everywhere. It's growing out of my sweat. It's growing out of my stress. It's growing out of a lot of things. But you see, the thing about it is I'm not stressing anymore because one way or another, the job's got to be done. And I already know, management ain't helping worth a damn. And I'm all I got. So I'm going to go ahead and run my race until my mileage is up. That's just how I got to do it. The only thing I should really do now is put in some money for my direction and money in my grave. And when I'm in the box, that's it. And I hope they bury me face down so you can all kiss my ass. I know it's an old joke, but it actually applies to that. You can all just kiss it or suck the big one, whichever one. But the thing about it is this, and I know it's lowbrow for this show, but it is what it is. Because people nowadays want for too much. They whine about everything. They complain about this. They all uptight over that. And it's like at the end of the day, something has to be solved. That's why I try to go ahead and plan things out in advance and just get it all out of the way. It needs to be done. Because if I can sit there and listen to this nonsense, and I'm still going to get paid regardless, oh yeah, you know what I mean? At least I got everything done. At least I can just sit there and say, hey, I'll just watch this whole thing play out. Because I need the comedy. And as it being Labor Day, and Labor Day isn't about everybody having a good time, everybody going to the barbecue. See, I can't go to the barbecue because your dumb behind went to a barbecue and you just came up with all these excuses and stuff to not go to work. And so since you decided not to go to work and you don't get no pay when everybody else gets their pay, now you got the nerve to call indignation, don't you? You got the nerve to go ahead and say, I'm not getting treated fairly. You had a day off. You had a private day off. You did all that stuff for yourself, didn't you? So the thing about it is, you do these things and you have no mean to cover it. So, yeah, usually you make your own bed to lay in. Whereas me, myself, I just go ahead and I follow through on this because it needs to get done. And then you're more mature about it when you get it done. If you sit there being a giant man baby about this stuff, and that goes for both genders, or all genders, I should say, because we got to be about that life now. See, the thing about it is you can't please everybody. But you can please yourself. And you can go ahead and do your job. You can go ahead and put the time in. If it's a paid gig or any of that stuff, yeah, go ahead. Get your money. And the thing about it is, if somebody sits there and goes ahead and try to make a mockery out of you just because you're making a living, hell, you're doing great. If you got a nice car, yeah, you have to work to maintain to keep that car. If you have a great house, which I'm looking forward to building and getting something in the years to come, I worked hard enough for that. And then at the end of the day, I went ahead and promoted myself. Got the mansion, got the car I want, got everything I needed. It's all about valuing yourself and knowing what you got to do. The hell with public opinion. Public opinion don't make no sense. Nowadays, look at the fandom of different things we hold in high regard around here. Like from comics to sports to anything. Look at how people act. Okay? And you hear most of the stuff they say is mostly opinion based. If there's anything factual in there, it's usually because they found out about it, and now they're going to regurgitate it to their principle, because that's just what people do. Not all of us, but that's just what people do. And then you sit there for a while, and you just realize that they're all just bitches. They all just complain about too much. Just nothing but nag, nag, nag. Like when Avengers Infinity War came out, I knew that movie was going to run too long, and I also knew that Thanos was just going to beat the living hell out of all the Avengers anyway, because it was his movie. This was the build-up to that. But everybody coming out of the theater, they were like, oh, I didn't like the way it went off. I didn't like all that stuff. Because the grand finale hasn't happened yet. This movie was too big. It was going to be split into two films, and, it does have a sequel and stuff. And that's coming next year, which is another reason why I'm glad summer is over right now. Those of y'all that still holding on to it, what kind of a-holes are you? I mean, really think about it. Let time move forward so we can get where we need to be. Because, see, as I was working my way, or laboring, I should say, because it's Labor Day, I got to see something nice out of the corner of my eye. No, not a beautiful woman. That comes later. But let me tell you, it was the most incredible sight ever. A 3-piece statue of a snowman. So you know what that means, right? Jingle, jingle, jingle. Kris Kringle's coming. So that means that, damn. Christmas is coming. So yeah, you know how it goes. Those of you out there that work in retail knows how this goes. Whenever you see a Christmas decoration of any sort, it'll never leave your mind. And the thing about it is, that stuff's coming. Just like clockwork. I mean, it's to the point now where it just bypasses Halloween altogether. Like in the retail store I work in, I see it. You know what I mean? It's like right there. It's just waiting to be put out. And like there's a small Halloween section now, and I know that's going to be branched out soon enough. But the thing is, all that Christmas crap is going to be right there, and then eventually they're going to play those Christmas songs. Not the ones that are remixed and jazzy, to give you that good vibe and dance. No, I mean them droning ones like you go into mass and you're just sitting there thinking, yeah, this is going to take a while. There's little things like that, y'all. And I just look at it from time to time, and I'm like, yep, here we go again. So anybody that's sitting there saying, I want summer to be longer, just go to Maui and shut up. Let this stuff happen the way it's supposed to, okay? So that all of us that don't have the luxury to go ahead and take as many vacations as you do can get through the troubling times that we need to, so we can at least get to the movies that we want to see. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I always look at like when 45's on TV, I'm like, please don't blow the world up. We're trying to get where we need to go regarding movies and stuff like that. I want to see how episode 9 plays out. I want to see how this whole Avengers thing plays out. I want to see what'll happen with this Fox and Disney merger that went through and all this kind of stuff, because the company's just, well, it was too big to fail anyway. Now it's just gotten a lot fatter. So you got to be honest about all these things that go down. And it just trips me out from time to time. But you see, other than worrying about the new advancements of things, then you got to figure like we're still arguing about the same old thing. Like how some people can't get into good relationships, like some people can't find decent wages, and then you have some people that have to resort to race because, that's the number one tenet of issues in America. It can't be that people are wanting to make it, wanting to get where they need to be. This is America. And I'm not doing anything for Childish Gambino right now, but it is America. This is the land of opportunity, if you're willing to put the time in and make it. Yeah, it's going to take a lot of work, especially for those of us in the minority community. Oh, yeah, we're going to have to bust our asses, and we do. But we have to be tactful, too. Because some people in the majority, they got it too quick. But you see, the thing is, they're starting to realize that, hey, there's ways we can do it, too, and we can go ahead and hold something over on them, keep them down and stuff like that. Don't let nobody keep you down. You just have to find a way to get where you need to go, which is why I don't mind working on Labor Day to a point. And then, as usual, I always say, hell, I need the comedy. And believe me, I got some today. I think there were some people about to fight in front of the chicken case not too long. I'm sitting there looking at that. I was like, what the hell is going on here? And then you see, like little stuff like that. The freeloaders, the people that are off on Labor Day, or the people that wait till the last minute on Labor Day, all come to the store at that time. Now, keep in mind, they're not coming there to buy food to cook out. No. That crowd today is not the cookout crowd. That crowd today is the ones that go to their friends and stuff like that to eat, and then they go to all them other restaurants to eat, while at the same time buy some stuff, and they know they can't afford to buy that stuff, so they leave it there in the cart so people have to return it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they think they're slick going up in there doing that kind of stuff. Or they just go ahead just killing time. Now, you got to be sad as a mug to actually think that going to a store and just walking around in there just killing time and stuff like that, at that point, you're of advanced age. Because that's just what people do. They just mope around, walk around in there acting like they know what they're talking about, knowing what they're doing, and wasting you and my time for some requests that don't make sense. Oh, I've been here before. I shop here all the time. I spend a lot of money. I called on the phone. Doesn't matter. You didn't talk to me. I'm servicing you right now. So just tell me what you need so we can go ahead and make this transaction as peaceful as possible so that I can go back and do what I got to do and you can freeload and fart around, whatever, at that point. Yeah, see, that's the point where I don't care about, other people. Among other things. Because, see, like, I value life and I value the fact that I share the world with a lot of people. But when it gets really, really stupid, yeah, you got to go. Simple as that. And speaking of stupid things, oh, yes. Can I ask you all in mainstream something? Okay? It's bad enough for those of you that like to be holier than thou, but the truth is, why do a lot of y'all want to be mermaids, unicorns, and all this other stuff? Now, as a creative writer, it's a trick question from me, right? Because that's pretty much all I do, Sometimes you want to imagine, you want to be about that life, you want to change some things up, but I got to ask y'all that, why y'all want to be like that exactly? Is it because that as a human, that you're not as annoying as possible when you're human? Is that what it is? So you decide to become another life form that people really, really try to appreciate, but at the same time realize that this is even more ridiculous. Do you not know how much a horse craps exactly? And you want to be a mythical horse with a horn on it? Really? You want to be a unicorn? Let me tell you this, okay? If you were a unicorn, then think of me as a unicorn hunter. And if you saw the movie Legend back in the day, you wouldn't want to be no damn unicorn. I'm telling you that right now. As many times as them gobbles were pulling the horns off the unicorns and killing them and crap, you don't want to be no unicorn. Be you. Okay? And if you're in your own positive little bubble, because everybody has a safe space, everybody has a bubble, you can be whatever you want to be. Just keep that crap away from me. You know what I'm saying? Don't assume that I got to be a part of your universe too. You see, there are only moments when I agree to little things like that. See, if you're in the same age as me, hell no. Hell no. I don't see you as a unicorn at all. I see you as somebody with dissociative identity disorder. And not only that, you just coming over here just to annoy me with this crap. You know what I'm saying? I don't see you as a unicorn at this point. Unless there's a football team out there called the Unicorns and you dress up for them. That's a little different. At least then you're being a mascot. But whereas like... but whereas like some people just have to assume that because their family think this is okay, random strangers gotta think it's okay too. And the only time I will agree with that sort of thing is if you're going through preschool or elementary school and maybe middle school for a little bit, because those are kids. That's just what they need to do. But or if you're another creative or actor or whatever, that's fine. But the thing about it is, it's like when you got regular average people running about saying that kind of stuff, it's like, give me a damn break. You're just doing this because it's popular, right? Or wait, it's not unicorns anymore. It's mermaids this year, right? Because there are people out there, just because they wrap a sleeping bag on their lower half, now all of a sudden they're mermaids and crap. See, me, myself, if I did something that crazy, people would look at me and be like, dang, is he mental or what? God, Lord, what's wrong with him? He got autism severely, doesn't he? Yeah, because I look like a giant worm or a snake or something like that crawling around with a sleeping bag on me. Yeah, because I'm going to be slithering around and doing a bunch of diabolical crap. Shoot. See, at that point, the joke's over, right? Y'all don't like it when I do it or participate and stuff like that. But I already know what I am. A maniacal warlock that will look you in the eye and just zap you with a bolt and say, yeah, there you go, take it. Turn you into the snake and the snail that you are. That's what I would do, because your personality's crap. A lot of these people that do these things from time to time, you should see them. They think that they're holier and they're angelic and everything else. Man, that's lies within itself. I look at that stuff, I'm like, man, you're a scumbag in training. You are pretty much at best a 200 or so pound of S. And needless to say, it shows because you stink. And plenty of these mermaids out there are like that because, see, for those of you that pretend to be mermaids, just imagine me in your dream, right? But imagine me there with a boat, a net, and looking like the Gordon's fisherman, because that's how it's going to be. I like to eat fish, so I'm coming after you behind. And if I go ahead and I throw the net in there and I catch you and I bring you up, oh, it's going to be like the beginning of Free Willy. It's going to be sad as hell Because I'm going to look at you and I'll be like this. Deep fried or grilled? Oh, yeah. And no 3 wishes can save you at all. Sure, you might give me a mansion, but then again, I work for a mansion, don't I? Yeah, you might get me a car. I work for a car, don't I? And yeah, you might be my future wife or whatever. But let's be real. I can do better. And as I look at you, I know I'll do great because you are going to be on the menu. Oh, yeah. I hope I gave a lot of you nightmares with that because that's just how it's going to be. Because, yeah, sure, at that point, I don't mind being the archenemy in your dreams. I don't mind being the Doctor Doom for anybody's universe out there, because that's just how it goes. But from time to time, as I look at it, and I see people wanting to be mythical creatures and all that kind of stuff, really think about what the mythical creature goes through that you want to be. If you're somebody that says, I want to be a vampire, okay, well, there's a lot of people that drink too much to the point where their blood is replaced with the plasma that comes from it. And then there's a lot of people that have a lot of diseases within their blood, and not to mention low hemo. So yeah, you're going to be either going dry or probably eating yourself because there's just no way at that point you can survive as a vampire. Oh yeah, you'll probably think, no, I'm going to take that serum like Blade. Indeed, but around like the 3rd act of the film, you know, Blade has to get blood in him to get his strength back, right? Eventually he does have to drink blood. So yeah, good luck. Yeah. And then those of you out there probably will not get the powers that Blade has, so you won't see the sun anytime soon, unless you burn up real good. And then those of you out there say, oh, I want to be an Anne Rice vampire. Well, good luck paying the intellectual property to be that. See, some of y'all play too much with this kind of stuff. Oh, I'm a god! Indeed. That's why you got Trump then, because I'm Kratos. It just drives me crazy with that stuff. It's like, okay, so you have pretty much no idea about these mythical creatures that you want to be. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you can't be what you want to be. I saw the end of Step Brothers where, you know, the stepdad said, don't let anybody stop you from wanting to be a dinosaur. Yeah, okay, that's fine. You see, there's nothing wrong with imagination, but like I said, as you build your universe, don't think everybody else has to be in that mythological fake universe you make where everybody likes you and everybody has to praise you 100% of the time. Real life don't work like that. Like I say, the problem in our world is that some people will try to take their fictional world and throw it all over people instead of just being realistic about this and knowing the social cues and just saying, you know what? Hey, yeah, I'm not about you. I don't like you at all. I don't think you're that great. I think you suck. You know what I'm saying? And I've said that about many people in my days. Y'all should have met me when I was a teen. But the truth is that's just it. You know, like some people you just don't like. And the thing is, you don't have to worry about why somebody doesn't like you. You don't have to worry about why somebody just doesn't care for your imagination world. Because, you know, a lot of people don't. And you know, the best part about it is, I'm not saying don't stop doing it. What I'm saying is just know that some people are not about that life. But as long as you're about that life and it makes you happy, that's fine. But keep your happiness contained to you. And then you can share it to other people from time to time. But just remember that not everybody is on the same boat as you. And I've met a lot of people that are stuck in that way. And it's just like, I look at it from time to time and I'm like, okay, I see why you do what you do. Just don't be annoying about it. And then they're like, well, Jay, you should be a part of my boo, 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 boo. And it's like, well, I just told you why I couldn't. And then they start pressing the idea. And it's like, it's not going to happen. Cut it out. Let it go. It's not going to happen. I mean, I will give you respect for being creative. I will give you respect for actually, you know, going about saying that kind of stuff. But when you run around and you just say all this crap about, I'm a mermaid, I'm a unicorn, God is a woman, yada yada. It's like, come on. First off, I doubt that you even know about the first two. And I know the third one with all these atheists and non-believers and everything else running around here, you're not even about that life. But because Ariana Grande, which, you know, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I think she's overrated. Ariana Grande releases a song on that sort of stuff, and now you all just quote it and wear t-shirts and all that stuff. It's a song, Jay. It doesn't have any meaning. Music has meaning. Even the ones that are when they're stoked out and stoned on drugs and crap, or drunk as crap, yeah, they have meaning to them. So I don't know how far y'all can go with this after a while, but when you make excuses up for celebrities that really don't give a damn about you, it makes a wonder about it. Like, at the end of the day, I don't know whether she was making that song just to sell a hit, but at the same time, she ain't on that level where she could go ahead and see the creator of all that is around us and assume the gender of it. You know what I'm saying? It's God. God can be anything. Jesus Christ. You know, from time to time, people just go too damn far with it. And you see, as a Protestant myself, do I find it offensive? I just find it weird. I just find it to the point where, you know, people will dictate this. They'll talk about the earth being flat. They'll talk about, you know, how we need a space force when at the same time we've had NASA for years. Just put money in NASA. Or they'll go ahead and they'll debunk science, and then they'll go ahead and trump the Bible on this. So, you know, there's no grounding here, or they'll go write their own Bibles and stuff. You see what I'm saying? But now they know the gender of the supreme being, huh? Wow. Can't find another planet for us all to live on. But then again, I wouldn't want to leave anyway. I'd probably be one of the rare few that stay on Earth because you done seen the human race screw up one planet. You don't want to see that happen again. So, you know what I'm saying? You see what it is? Like, all this advancement here, built on lies and a fragile house and a corrupt foundation. And then you just look at it, you're like, wow, people are just saying this stuff because they think they're clever. And they're just trying to run wild with it. And in turn, it makes them look really, really foolish. So that's why I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, okay, whatever. That's why I always say I need the comedy. I just need the comedy. Because that's a lot I've been getting lately. And as I do this show, you know, it helps. It helps from time to time to see that. And keep in mind, I know a lot of people will probably get offended because those are the special kind of people out there. The easily offended. If you are easily offended at my show at this point, well, guess what? Be prepared to go crap a brick because I'm going to make more of these episodes anyway. I'm going to make them till forever. And the thing about it is, until I'm in that box, you're going to have a lot of them. Because, I mean, it's amazing how human nature can be. We can't love and respect each other, but we want to go ahead and wear a mask. We want to pretend ourselves to be different. We want to go ahead and do all these other things. No, you got to face the real world, too. You got to do it just like Link does in Legend of Zelda. Hyrule is a hazard wasteland, but he's out there fighting every chance he can, along with his descendants, because there are multiple Links. I mean, you just got to go through the motion, and you just got to be thinking to yourself, you know, yeah, you're on this earth, and you can do great things. But remember that the potential to do otherwise horrible things is there, too, and just don't give into it as much. And sometimes I wish that we were all a lot more honest with each other. And, like, the thing about honesty is, you don't have to agree with the honesty from time to time, because it'll catch up with you eventually. But when somebody has their emotions and their opinions on this kind of stuff, it shouldn't hurt you. Like, even when I do this show, my worldview shouldn't affect your worldview to the point where you can't function. It's just to give you something to think about. But how you live your life is ultimately your decision. And if it has done well for you to do that kind of stuff, you know, to live in a fantasy or whatever, that's fine. That's all there is to it. You guys are welcome to talk with me through any email or any comments about anything. Because at the end of the day, I still live by my way, and you live by your way. But it's the meeting of the minds. And the problem with meeting of the minds is that people will try to trump each other, or try to overturn each other, or try to outrule each other. It is to the point where it's like, you know, at that point you wonder how far you're going to go with being right all the time. Because you got one person that thinks they're right, and you got me on the other side of the spectrum, and I think I'm right. And then you got everybody else here that think they're right, but not a lot is said. And you wonder what all this has to do with Labor Day, right? Well, that's how usually most of the conversations go when you're laboring. Somebody has indignation here, somebody else thinks they're right, and other people, they just want to do their jobs. And then comes the people that want to just live and make their living. But that's how usually most of the conversations go. So it all adds up. And as for those that have to cope and they have to go into their fantasy world to survive, there's nothing wrong with that either. It's just remembering that you got to step into reality sometimes. You got to go ahead and you got to break from the matrix a little bit. That's the only way you're ever going to make it. Because I could sit, like, take it from me. I could sit there and say, all right, I'm making money from my production company. But the thing about it is that I also have to remember there's going to be a day where all this is going to end. There's going to be a day where I don't want to do this anymore. It's not going to happen anytime soon, but there's going to be a day like that. There's going to be a day where I want to move into other areas. There's going to be a day where I don't want to be in the spotlight. So, what's the next level? Am I ready for the next level? Did I prepare for it? Did I move into an alternate way of doing things? So, it's just those little things that you think about from time to time. But until then, you still have me doing the J-Man Show. And that's all I have for episode 68 for you all. So, I want to say once again, happy Labor Day. And for those of you wondering about the cyclone, I'm going to try to get something prepared for you all. I know I still have the mini bites I'm working on. I got the mini bites, I got the power play, I got those courses I'm taking. Man, I'm going to be busy the last 4 months. But it's all going to pay off because this is all for you. And it's only helping me get better at what I love to do. So until then, this is Jay signing off. I want you all to take care of yourselves. Peace.
Between aging and busy lifestyles, many women struggle with maintaining their physical and mental wellness. At Aquavita Concierge Healthcare Services for Women, we can help you revitalize your health and reclaim your life. We start from within by balancing your hormones, allowing your body to achieve and maintain desired weight goals. We also specialize in peptide therapies, regenerative medicine, sexual health, and aesthetics in our state-of-the-art facilities. Feel better, look better, live better at Aquavita. Visit aquavitality.com and begin your journey today.
Introducing Carvana Value Tracker, where you can track your car's value over time and learn what's driving it. It might make you excited.
Whoa, didn't know my car was valued this high.
It might make you nervous.
Uh-oh, market's flooded. My car's value just dipped 2.3%.
It might make you optimistic.
Our low mileage is paying off. Our value's up.
And it might make you realistic.
Car prices haven't gone up in a couple weeks. Maybe it's time to sell.
But it will definitely make you an expert on your car's value. Carvana Value Tracker. Visit Carvana.com to start tracking your car's value today.